Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. We're back once again here on Facebook Live. Glad you are with us. We're also recording today. The show will post on YouTube and is always available on boinkstudios.com. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. This is episode number 155, and yes, we're moving right along here on Facebook Live. I want to thank everyone for joining us here, of course, and for coming back each and every week. Much thanks to Heidi Ryan and the whole crew at Wrestling Rumors for giving us this platform. We do greatly appreciate it. So episode number 154 was AEW versus NXT. We talked about the brewing war between both companies that is now underway in full swing on Wednesday nights, NXT versus AEW Dynamite, and a whole bunch of other stuff in between. Unfortunately for us, we had loads of technical issues during that show, and then guess what happened? I was so bummed I took a week off. That's not entirely true. I just took a week off. But we're back once again here on the show, episode number 155, and we're going to get right back at it where we left off before. Hope you are ready to roll. Hope you are ready to go, because this time, my friends, let me just tell you, we got a big show ahead of us today. This time, the main event is AEW Dynamite, Hell in a Cell, and NWA Power. Not bad for someone that didn't write that sucker beforehand, eh? There was a little clicks and a little hesitation, but it's all good. Hope you guys out there listening to the show are having a fantastic day. Thanks to everyone currently watching this show live. Hey, it's awesome. Thanks for hanging. I do appreciate it. Everybody, thank you, Shane. I do love my shirt as well. I got this ProWrestlingTees.com, which, by the way, crashed last night after the formal introduction of Chris Jericho's brand new stable in AEW, The Inner Circle. We're going to talk about that today. Yay! Can't wait to talk about that. All kinds of good stuff to talk about. Liam says, been listening up to 100 plus week, and it's always, oh man, thank you, Lance. I appreciate that. Top fan. Alma is going to see the Mick Foley tour, PW, Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame Museum Tuesday night. Nice. Have fun, man. No, Phil, I will not discuss Hell in a Cell first, Phil. I'm not going to do it, Phil. Don't tell me what to do, Phil. Don't be pushy. I'm just playing. Actually, I'm watching the replay of Hell in a Cell. This is my second time watching the replay. Usually what happens is I'll watch the event and then watch the replay right afterward, but I think I've gotten through some of the replay, but not all of it. So here's my second time watching. So let's talk about what's going on right now. Like I said, hope everybody out there is doing great today. Welcome back to the show, one and all. So here we go. Got comments rolling in, of course, as always. Steven says, I think wrestling as a whole is on an upswing finally. Hope it continues no matter who gets better ratings. The true winners are the fans. Absolutely. Absolutely, folks. I think Steven said it best. This is the best time to be a fan. In my estimation, in years, I still contend that the best era of the business was the territory era. Many fans would argue the point and say that the Attitude Era was the best. I stick to my guns. I think the territory days was a great time to be a fan. But guess what? We are in the midst of a revival in the pro wrestling business, and I'm here for it, baby. I'm here for every freaking second of it, and I hope you are as well. Douglas says, I got a few questions here before we get back to it. What do you think about Finn Balor back in NXT? I think it's a good fit for him. We'll see how it comes out. Shane, I agree with the NWA was the best for sure. Charlie says, why is Lana cheating on Rusev? Because she's told to do it in the storyline. I don't know. I don't really care about any of that, to be honest with you, if I'm being honest. What's up with this stupid storyline, Lana and Bobby Lashley? Well, Steven, you just said it, my friend. Stupid storyline. I don't know why anyone would expect any less from WWE. When it happened, I'm sitting there with the laptop and I'm just shaking my head like, it's WWE. I don't really care. It doesn't make any sense. It's never made sense. Nothing they do makes sense. Rusev is, Maria's baby daddy, but he's not. And now Lana's cheating. Maybe Lana's baby daddy. I don't know what's going on, and I don't really care. It's amazing to me that in 2019 we're still doing this. I can't believe in 2019 we're still doing this. We are still talking about, ooh, she's sleeping with him and he's... It's 2019, my friends. Are we still talking? Yeah, we are. We're still talking about this. It blows my mind. And everybody, and what I just said, everybody's saying the same thing. Well, it's WWE, Tom. I know. I got it. But again, I come back to it's 2019. Why are we still doing this? This is their big answer. This is what they're big to AEW, to New Japan, to Ring of Honor. This is their answer to the NWA. This is it. Lana in bed with Bobby Lashley. This is how they. Okay, I don't really care. I don't really care. I don't know who in the crowd's going. Oh my! Did you see? Oh my God! That was awesome. I don't know. Are you? Be straight. Somebody likes it apparently because the crowd wasn't dead when it happened. So who's cheering it? Who thinks it's great? I don't. Someone out there must. It sure isn't this guy. I'd love to know. Let's see. Kelly says AEW is actually doing awesome things. Only two. Oh, Kelly, I agree. I've watched the AEW show twice because you watch it live and then you watch the replay right after it. I've got it on DVR as well, and I'm going to probably watch it again. I don't know the last time I sat down and watched a Raw from start to finish more than one time. I'm just being honest. And listen, people can call this a WWE hate all they want. I don't really care. I've met a lot of fans through the years who used to hate WWE. No. And guess what? I've written for people before. Oh, Tom, just WWE's awesome. Really? Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Chop, chop. Get your head in the game. Listen, just like you can't believe that every single company is doing every single thing right, WWE falls in that same category, no matter how you feel about them. Okay? No. I can't. There's no way I'm going to watch Raw really start. I've watched pay-per-views. I've watched their big events from start to finish more than one time. Sure. Their weekly TV, it's excruciating most of the time. I'm just being honest. And I'm not talking for all of you. I'm talking for myself. You asked me, I answered. There you go. Let's see. India. Great name. All I think about is with the Mark Henry and Mae Young bedroom scene. Yeah. India, thanks for bringing that up. You have sufficiently turned my stomach. Now there goes my lunch today. Mae Young was awesome. I loved her. Mark is the man. But imagine getting pitched that story and saying you're going to get in bed with. I mean, I'm sure they all took it in good humor and said, all right, we'll do it, whatever. But can you imagine pitching that in front of grown men, in front of a room full of adults, and you're pitching that? I got a great idea, pal. Why don't you take your shirt off and get in bed with Mark Henry? Whatever. I don't, in 2019, did I mention it's 2019? Do you guys have a watch? It's 2019. And guess what? I got a great idea, pal. Take your shirt off and get in bed with Bobby Lashley. Oh my God, it gives me that headache you get like behind your eye and it makes you just do this all the time. And you're like, oh God, it hurts so bad. It's the same thing. I can't even get it out. Anyway. It's Brad, thank you. Miss Lopez is here. The show can officially start. Miss Lopez is here. Everyone say good morning, good afternoon to Miss Lopez. Thank you for hanging out, my dear. As always, we appreciate it. Kelly says there's no shock factor in WWE. It's more hate or boring, where AEW is bringing the shock factor. The crowd is behind all wrestlers. I would agree with you to a certain extent. I don't know if I'd call it shock factor. I would say the excitement factor. Shock is when you go, what? And then it could either go either way, right? It could go, why would you do that? That's, and WWE's really good at that, by the way. Where you're going, oh, God, you just cover your face. You're like, dude, this is so bad. Same thing, right? I don't know that AEW's doing that. Not to, diss what you're saying, but to me, AEW's just providing, here's an idea. You don't need a table with 30 writers who wrote for Friends and other TV shows. You don't need that. This guy wrote for Survivor, pal. Let's get him on. No, you don't. Pro wrestling, baby. And guess what on AEW? They're called pro wrestlers. What a nice change of pace, Tom. You don't say. Yes, absolutely. You can't tell me you don't enjoy that. I don't care if you hate AEW. I don't even care. Whatever. Oh, man. No, we've not discussed Tyson Fury. Harry, what's up? I'm hello, Norman. I'm back and forth. I'm like, bleh, bleh, I don't know. I thought he did as well as could be expected. I thought he did fine. We'll see. I'm sorry I don't have much for you on that. I'm ambivalent right now about it. I don't know how I feel, He's not exactly Mike Tyson. Lance says, what are your thoughts on Zuki and leaving NJPW? Oh, Lance, brother, I had no idea. I am behind the times on that headline. When did that headline come out? Because I had no idea. Ooh, that's a little scary, man. That's a little scary. Who's taking over for them, Lance? Because I have yet to hear that or look that up. Shane says NWA was better than NXT and AEW. Well, hey, man, it was a good show for this week for sure. Their debut of Power on YouTube was really good. So we're going to talk about that today. Listen, my apologies for not being able to talk about NXT today. It's on DVR. I haven't watched it yet. Isn't that terrible? Usually I watch AEW live. I DVR both, but I watch AEW live and then watch NXT on the playback and on DVR, and I haven't done it yet. So Mike says, not a fan of what AEW's been doing. Really tired watching. I found myself uninterested. Hey, listen, I'm not going to dish you for saying that at all, man. I won't. You're fully entitled to your opinion. Maybe AEW is not everyone's cup of tea. I don't know what your background is. I don't know if you were purely a WWE fan and you gave AEW a shot, or if you're a pro wrestling fan and you gave AEW a shot. Whatever the case may be, you're fully entitled to your opinion. I'm not going to dish you for that at all. I'm not going to say you're missing the point or whatever. Here's what I will say. They're 2 shows in, not 20. So I would say maybe give it a chance. Entirely up to you. But I think that they've earned a little bit of leeway, in my opinion. Raw, not so much. SmackDown, not so much. You know what I mean? Just me talking. But I would say give it a little bit more time before you pass final judgment. That's just me talking. Yeah, I checked out AEW Dark as well. So, yeah, Chip, there's Hall of Glory. Was it Hall of Glory? Is that what it is? Hog? Master P? Whatever. Talking about he's going to go after WWE. From your lips to the ears of God, my friend. I mean, why do you say that? Why do you say that? Why would you say that? Can you imagine Vince starting the XFL? We're going to go after the NFL, pal. What? Where? No. Hey, all due respect to Master P. Guy's made a very good living in his business. Not done by any means. Come on, man. Really? Come on. I don't know. That kind of stuff just goes one ear and out the other. Steven talking about Brock Lesnar. Same champ every week. Oh, yeah, man, for sure. What's AEW all about? And I don't get the concept behind it. AEW is just pro wrestling. I don't really have much for you other than that. They're just pro wrestling. They do not have a creative team. They don't have storyline writers. They have agents backstage. And they're allowing the wrestlers to do what they want to do. I'm not talking about inmates run the asylum like WCW in the end. I'm talking about the wrestlers are allowed to come up with their own shtick, come up with what they want to do. They discuss a few things beforehand, and then they go out and do it on live mic. I know not everyone's capable of doing that right now because they've got a lot of younger talent, but that's where the veterans step in and take over. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love it. That's the way it used to be. That's the way it should be now, you know? Okay, folks, so we are already about 17, 18 minutes in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and talk about AEW Dynamite. What did you guys think about the program last night? We a huge angle. I would say that AEW's first big angle is, and they've got a few brewing, but their first big angle, and their biggest one right now, actually, is the formation of the Inner Circle. This is Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Ortiz and Santana, formerly known as LAX, and Sammy Guevara. And they came out last night. Jericho cut an excellent promo, threw a little bit of shade at WWE. By the way, everybody relax, just because he threw shade. Shots fired. I read online, shots fired. Chris Jericho fired shots. Oh my God, Chris Jericho took shots. Chris Jericho had a little bit of fun. Let's all relax. This doesn't necessarily mean that the next time you see WWE on live, like SmackDown, they're going to take a shot at Jericho. Come on. And guess what? Even if they did, it's still in fun. I know there's a lot of money involved here, but come on, guys. This is not WCW versus WWE. Let's all take it, just all relax. Take it easy for a sec. I don't want that company to start mentioning WWE on the air. Just like I don't want WWE to mention AEW on the air. And it's just me talking. I think AEW, I'll put it this way. If WWE wants to worry so much about AEW, mention them on air, go with God. In my opinion, one guy in North Carolina, I don't believe that AEW needs to be concerned at all with WWE. I'm just saying. I think they need to be concerned about their own business, growing their brand, doing everything they can to make their show successful. They got enough on their plate, man. They got enough money that they have to worry about making money, okay? They got to turn a profit at some point. That's what they should be concerned about. Put on the best show possible. Forget Vince McMahon. Miss Lopez did go to the Friday Night SmackDown, the debut on Fox. Ooh, fans were asking for their money back on Lesnar, and people were mad. Oh my God, Miss Lopez, I had not heard that. So you were in a group of people talking about they want their money back when Lesnar won? That is insane. That's insane. Wow. Mark, I checked out Orange podcast. It's really good. Montrese in the house show. What's up? Thank you for hanging out again. Glad you're here. I'm glad everybody's showing up. Jim is showing up. Thanks everybody for being here a day early, my friends. One and all. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, we're a day early. But yeah, Orange podcast is really good. I'm reading a lot of stuff here at one time. Jim says Young Bucks' first private party was awesome. Bucks made private party big time. Oh yeah, man, they brought it. And I've been back and forth on private party because they don't have bodies. Neither one of them has a body to speak of. I don't know if these guys even go to the gym. If they do, God bless them. I don't. It doesn't look like it. No disrespect. I just, they're not exactly the Street Profits. If you ask me, and listen, I don't say this because both teams are African American. Please don't take this out of context, folks. What I mean by this is, two younger guys, good on the mic, got a charisma and attitude and all this. You can compare them to any young tag team. But in my opinion, Street Profits 2-1 better than Private Party. Doesn't mean Private Party can't be good, but I like the velvet rope entrance with the security guard. That was a nice touch. The bouncer, that was a nice touch. I enjoyed that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's pretty sweet. I do like something different. So, we think of Shane getting fired from. I think it's all storyline. I don't care. I don't want Shane back on TV. But you know what? I'm not going to get upset about it. It's WWE. What are you going to do? I'm just not a big fan of it. I never really have been, to be honest with you. Michael says MJF is the future of wrestling. Cannot argue with that at all. So yeah, AEW Dynamite was a good show. I enjoyed it. Other big angles happening. The thing between Moxley and Omega is getting huge. It's going to be massive when they finally clash. We'll see what happens next week. Darby Allin's got a world title shot, and you have to believe that the Inner Circle is going to come down on him like rain and fire down on him. This thing all feels like it's leading up to like some kind of big War Games 5-on-5 match at some point, and I think it will. It won't be War Games, of course, but it'll be that kind of style match where it's a 10-man tag. We'll see what happens, but I firmly believe it's going to lead somewhere. It sure looks that way, doesn't it? Seems to think SmackDown still looks cool. Still miss the giant raw fist. Yeah, I dug the fist too, for sure. NWA was awesome. We're going to get there. Everybody hang on. We're definitely going to get there. How can WWE heal Seth after Hell in a Cell? Naman, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, sir. I don't know. I don't know. The end of Hell in a Cell was ridiculous. I did watch AEW Dark, Victor. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I love the idea of watching dark matches and the commentary on the dark matches and everything. I dig it. It's cool with me. In the past, I know WWE even run commentators at the table during the dark matches. So Jim says I 50-50 on them before with that match last night. Sold me on them, but you're right. They need to get in the gym more. They're still young. You're right, yeah. What's up, Gary? Everyone say hello to Viper. That's Gary Benfield. That's Viper, my man. Everybody say hello. How do you watch NWA? Montrese, YouTube. Go to their YouTube channel. Their weekly show is every Tuesday at 6:05. And if you don't get that, you've not been around very long, okay? 6:05 on the YouTube, okay? And just like back in the day on the Superstation TBS. So there you go. Awesome. Love it. Let's see. We think of Tyson Fury on Raw. Well, we kind of discussed that a little bit. I'm kind of back and forth on it. Was it just me notice no way Jose wearing Street Profits rather than his own on Raw? Yeah, well, it is what it is. I wouldn't read too much into it. I'm surprised Jose's still there. I was getting ready to say I'm surprised Jose still has a job, but that makes it sound like he did something wrong. I'm surprised that they haven't said, let's stay in line for you, pal, and made him tap out. I don't know. No disrespect. I'm just saying they've not done a whole lot with him and said, hey, grow your hair out or don't grow your hair out and then walk and just dance. And he's like, what do we do tonight, boss? Just dance. That's it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't really care. I like the guy. I think he's got a ton of charisma. What could happen to him after this, I don't have any idea. Yeah, Shane, that's right. NWA is also on Facebook Live. Forgot about that. So Gary's got a thing happening. So yeah, there is a possibility that yours truly has some big stuff happening in the next few months. We're not going to tell you what it is or where it is, and it has nothing to do. Well, not much to do with me actually writing, as it usually does. This time it's more along the lines of Well, maybe it is writing. Well, I don't know. But anyway, yours truly was in the business years ago and floated around a couple different companies here and there. Had fun, had a blast. You guys know about my background, right? We've talked about here on the show multiple times. Well, stuff is happening for yours truly. And no, don't get excited. Vince McMahon didn't make the phone call. I've not been hired by World Wrestling Entertainment. I know. Everybody's getting excited and hoping that's going to happen. I don't think it is. But, I mean, if it did, I would certainly take his phone call. Well, I'd screen it and let it go to voicemail. And then I'd see what the old man wanted. But other than that, no. But, yeah, big things lie ahead. Big plans in the works. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will keep you guys abreast. And like I said, if you want to know more, we got to be friends on the Facebook, yo. So send me a friend request and I will accept. Sound good? Douglas says AEW sucks. The only great brands are SmackDown Live on Fox, WWE Raw, NXT, and all others are trash, and WWE will crush them. Douglas is a WWE fan, folks. Wow. Okay. Guess what, Douglas? You, my friend, are entitled to your opinion, and I'm going to let you have it and not give you grief over it. Sound good? Sounds great. Didn't know I didn't talk to Cody. Wouldn't that be awesome? I did send AEW a couple of emails, none of which have been answered, by the way. It is what it is. I do watch MLW, Chris. I've not caught up this week. I don't think. Have I caught up this week? I don't think I have. Yeah, I enjoy MLW. Check out MLW on YouTube. They've got a YouTube channel as well. Their actual network called BN Sports, which I don't get on DirecTV if it's available. I don't have it in the package. But yeah, check out their YouTube, man. It's a really good show. I mean, I think you'd be impressed with it. So yeah, it's good stuff. Kelly is new on the stream, and British Kelly, hey, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for watching. If it's any of you guys' first time watching today, thank you so much for giving us a chance. Usually, we're every Friday, barring some unforeseen circumstance, every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Wrestling Rumors. This week, we're a day early, friends. So, there we go. To go to House of Glory. Nah, I'm good. 205 Live canceled. Yeah, so I think they did it very quietly, right? They absorbed the guys at NXT. So there you go. So yeah, if you guys got anything else you want to talk about from the show last night from AEW Dynamite, you can hit me with it. Perfectly fine. We can talk about anything you want to here today if you want. That's right, Miss Lopez. MLW is on Fight TV as well. Yeah, I enjoy it. I like watching it for sure. Viking Warriors new Raw Tag Team Champions next week. Love to see that. Well, Donnie, you may get your wish. Grant in Scotland. Man, we got some folks across the pond, yo. Grant, send me a friend request. If any of you folks can't find me, please just hit me up on Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger and say, Tom, here it is, and I will send you a friend request, okay? That way you can stay abreast of all the columns that I write, any news that comes out. I try to get everything out there as soon as possible. All of my content is free, man. All you need is internet connection. That's all you need, baby. That's awesome. I like making friends all over the world. It's pretty cool stuff, man. Got a lot of friends over across the pond. Seeing surprises for the draft. Michael, I'd love to tell you that I'm tuned in to the draft. I'm not really tuned in right now, to be honest with you. I'm going to watch it for sure and check out what's going to happen. I don't know. That company's so odd about these draft things. Used to be a big deal. Now they just screwed up 6 ways from Sunday. Shane, I don't know if all this really called out The Rock. I think it was more of a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, but that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Not going to happen. But that would be cool. I wrote a piece on that the day I read it on Twitter. So, Lance, again, I'm not up on... I see we were talking about Minoru Suzuki leaving New Japan. Do you have a reason why? Because I kind of got to catch up on that. Jim, we're going to get to the Bray Seth ending. It was insane. I don't know how I feel about any of that stuff. Donnie says, what do you think about Edge coming back? Donnie, here's the deal. I've read comments from people on social media. I think we talked about here on the show. There was someone the other day made a comment. It's like, Edge made the comment on Twitter. He says, and the only thing he said was no and no. No and just no, or something like that. In terms of him going somewhere else and having and getting back in the ring. And one of these idiot fans, I'm sorry, I'm going to call it like I see it. One of these idiot fans said, good. Think of your family, Edge. Think of your wife and kids, Edge. First of all, the set you have to have on you to tell Edge, who you don't know, to think of his family and his kids. If I'm Edge, I'm hitting home with that fool. I'm going to say what I want and I'm going to block him. You got a lot of nerve. Telling a pro, think about your kids. That's ego, baby. That's a lot of ego talking. he will do what's best for him and his family. I think that's a given. Do you think if you're the man to say that to him, he's going to go, wow, I forgot about my kids. Oi, I got to go rethink this whole thing. Thank you, unknown friend on Facebook and Twitter. Unbelievable. The nerve, the gall, the unmitigated nerve of some people. Think of your kids. Shut up. Can you imagine saying that? Would you say that to his face? No. No is the answer to that. Insane. My God. So much to talk about. Edge's going to grab the Saudi paycheck. That's how he's going to think about it. Well, listen, Jim. And guess what? If he does, he does. Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. If he's okay and he wants to do it, go with God. And if he doesn't, go with God there as well. It's fine with me. Whatever you want to do, man, it's all good. Oh, man, I've got to watch the thing on Ciampa, Jeff. I've not watched it yet. I definitely have to do that. Douglas wants to know why everyone hates Brock Lesnar so much. Douglas, it's a double-edged sword, my friend. It's a double-edged sword. Huge question for another time, man. What are your thoughts on Rusev and Lana? We've already talked about that a little bit. I think it's all nonsense, but that's just me. Okay, so real quick, we've covered AEW. Why don't we talk just a little bit about Hell in a freaking Cell? Let's run down the match card. Natalya defeats Lacey Evans in a kickoff match. Becky Lynch defeats Sasha Banks. Kickoff match for Hell in a Cell. Excellent match, by the way. Maybe a candidate for match of the year, perhaps. Roman and Daniel defeat Eric Rowan and Luke Harper in a Tornado Tag Team match. Randy Orton defeats Ali. The Kabuki Warriors of the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions having took down Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Braun Strowman and the Viking Raiders defeat the OC via DQ. Chad Gable defeats King Corbin. Charlotte Flair defeats Bayley to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. And Seth Rollins versus The Fiend ends in a match stoppage because WWE does weird stuff. By the way, if you're listening to this, you're going to have to turn the volume, tweak it a little bit, because I'm sure I'm yelling all up in your ears right now. Unbelievable. Steven, listen, I would love to tell you that I'm up on Impact. I'm not. Here's what happened Tuesday night. So I watched the NWA show, then I watched AEW Dark immediately afterward, and then I was going to watch Impact. And right now, it's just rundown shows. So I didn't really care to watch clips. I wanted to watch what's actually happening right now. So I got to figure out what they're doing there. I do want to check it out. But can I be honest with you, Steven? I'm not big on intergender matches. No disrespect to the ladies. I want them to do well. I've been a proponent of women's wrestling for years. Always have been, always will be. I was the guy during the Attitude Era that got sick of the women getting stripped down naked. I didn't care. Yes, I'm a red-blooded American man, and yes, I love looking at women. But, dude, come on. You know what I mean? I was the one guy saying, why don't you just let them wrestle? Forget this. Just let them wrestle. So I'm a huge fan of women's wrestling. Having said that, I'm not real high on women wrestling men. No disrespect. It's my personal taste. I don't want it. I don't want to see it. I just don't, folks. That's just me. So no, that's one thing that will keep me from Impact. I hate that, but I gotta roll with where my head is, where my heart is, and I'm not with that. That's just me, folks. That's just me talking. I wish him the best of luck, though. I hope Impact's around another 10, 15, 20 years and beyond. I hope so. I want him to be. Good for business. Good for business. Match stoppage unreal, but so yeah, for sure. So guys, everybody's been talking and hitting me about this all week. I've been getting messages on Twitter and Facebook, actually, talking about, Tom, talk about the ending. Let's hit it. Let's hit it, everybody. Seth versus The Fiend. The Fiend, by the way, is currently the most indestructible force on the planet. It's like a tombstone after the big fight in the river, and he says, where's Wyatt? And he says, down by the river, walking on water. That's Bray. He's walking on water right now, folks. Remember that scene? And he says, you ever seen anything like that before? And he says, I never even heard of anything like that before. How do you book the guy who took 9 curb stomps? I counted them. 9 curb stomps. 9 curb stomps. Chair shots. A ladder. A freaking toolbox. A sledgehammer to the head. Now listen, he didn't hit him in the head. Relax. I know it's just a work. But you're missing the point. In storyline terms, how do you book the guy They took all that. Guess what? He's lost his last match. He's never going to lose a match again. Right now, Bray Wyatt's out walking on water, curing the sick, turning water into wine. And that's the truth. That's the truth. He can do anything. He's impervious to pain. He's indestructible. He got up off the stretcher. All right? Come on, guys. It's WWE. WWE took a guy that had promise from day one that people like me and you and a whole bunch of the rest of us said, oh my God, do something with Bray. He's awesome. Guess what they did with Bray? Nothing. Nothing. Did nothing with Bray for a whole heck of a long time. So then what do? They go from doing this much, which is nothing, to doing this much, which is way too much. It's overblown. It's exaggerated. It's insane. It's too big. It's too crazy. It's too unwieldy. You can't continue this. This is not sustainable at all. Ever, period. No one can ever pin. No one can ever pin. Did you hear what I said? Come close if you can't hear me. No one can ever pin Bray Wyatt again. It's over. If he takes all that punishment and doesn't lose the match, what can you do to him? Hit him with a truck. Good luck. Drop a house on him. Good luck. It's over. They have booked themselves into a corner with this guy. Isn't this something? Oh my God. No, Bray's fine. To my knowledge, Bray's fine. Isn't that something? Undertaker can't pin him. Come on, Salvatore. How? How? Tell Salvatore, how? What can Taker do that Seth Rollins didn't do? And don't tell me he's supernatural. I don't hear that crap. What can he do that Seth didn't do to him? Drop a house on him. Pitch him off a roof. Hit him with a bus. Sure. There's nothing you can do to this guy now. It's over. He hit him with the pedigree. Every finished move he has. Now listen. Don't get it twisted. It's all storyline. Bray's fine. Seth protected him and Bray was okay. But in storyline terms, he drove his head into the mat 9 different times. Kayfabe, okay? I'm saying. But you're supposed to believe that he's okay. They exposed the business. They exposed their own business in that match. Because they're asking clear-thinking adults to go, wow, he's impervious. No, they didn't. You know what you all said? Oh, come on. That's what you did. Because it exposed their own business. Unbelievable. Hit him with a beer truck, Jeff says. Man, I'm ranting. You got me started. Actually, I got me started. It's all good. I've been wanting to let that loose for like 6 days, baby. Whatever it's been. How long's it been? I don't even know. Rematch. I don't care about a rematch. I don't care about it. Seth as a character should be defeated now. And the next time Seth lays a hand on somebody, he better not be able to pin him. See what I'm saying? Because Seth gave everything he had to this guy. You took Seth, who's your top guy, who's your main champion, because he was, now Brock is. Kofi was, but now Brock is. He's Brock, right? But you took Seth, who was your main title holder, you reduced him, and you made him look that big, Jack, that big. And guess what he can do now? Nothing. Nothing. The next time he hits one curb stomp on one guy one time and pins him, you're going to go, oh, bull! That curb stomp's ineffective. He can't hit. Look what Bray did. Tell me they didn't book themselves into a corner and you're lying to me face to face, man to man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Holy cow, I can't stop. Jeff, don't encourage me. Yeah, and Alicia, thank you. No-win situation. And you know what's funny? Guess what's funny? Tell me before I tell you. Too late. Here's the funny part. Unless you do and I don't know, and you never told me, we don't own money in WWE. We don't have stock. We're not behind the scenes. We have nothing invested in this. We're just watching from a distance going, I can't believe they're doing that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Does it make you want to watch it again? Does it? Not me. I take that stuff with a grain of salt, baby. What? No, it's too much. To what purpose did that serve? What purpose did that serve in the end? Someone came at me on Facebook the night it happened and said, they destroyed Bray. They destroyed him. Look how that match ended. And I'm like, did you see the same match I just saw? This guy went through immortal hell and he couldn't get pinned. He kicked out on one. He kicked out on one. Twice. It's mind-blowing. Nothing wrong with Bray. Bray's fine. Holy God, is Bray fine. They tied Superman's cape around that fool's neck. Believe that. He's absolutely fine. Bulletproof. Bulletproof Bray Wyatt. Ladies and gentlemen, bulletproof Bray Wyatt. Could do anything. Anything. Believe it. Unreal. Who's going to be the new boss of SmackDown? James, I don't know. I'm so sick of WWE authority figures. I'm just saying. Jason says the red light was cool. Jason, there's a whole bunch of other people that disagree with you, but I respect your opinion. Okay, you guys want to move on? Let's move on. Tyson Fury and Cain Velasquez. I like both guys, but at the same time, I don't know how I feel about it. I think time will tell. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with it. Tim says thought it was a good finish. You're the only one, Tim. You among maybe a handful of others. Love him being indestructible. You got it. You got what you wanted. You got what you love. Everyone will fear him now. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Tim makes a good point. Tim's made the only point that makes any sense in this whole big barrel of nonsense. That everyone will fear him. You best believe they will. You best believe they will. And why wouldn't they? That's all I got to say about that. Hello, Bit. How are you, my friend? Ms. Lopez says Vince needs to retire. He ruins everything. He doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know if I believe that or not. And I don't know how much of all this is Vince. Maybe it's all Vince. Maybe it's none. Maybe it's just a little. Who knows? I don't know if I believe that, Ms. Lopez, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, if you're Vince, you got to be curious and interested about and intrigued about what's going to happen to your company after the day comes that you set it up. Or take a walk or whatever. But I'll be honest with you. In my opinion, Vince is going to die while on the job. I'm not wishing harm upon him. Don't misunderstand. Don't take it that way. But he's a lifer. He's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. That's just me. South chanting AEW. Yeah, well, a bunch of people were at that. Remember at the end? Yeah. Bischoff will probably run SmackDown. God, I hope not. Hope not on the air. I hope they just keep these guys off the air. Jim says Vince laughed at the fans crapping on the finish. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah, that's Vince, man. Hello, Chris in Michigan. What's up? So if you're just joining us, Tom's been ranting for a solid 4 minutes on the finish to the Hell in a Cell match of last Sunday. So, yeah. Shane, it is October. The Fiend is Rob Zombie's Michael Myers. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. It's not just October, Shane. It's Shocktober. Huh? Come on. Because it's Halloween. All right. Shorty Gable. All right, Charles. So, Mark. Hello, Mark. What's going on? Oh, Sandy's going to see Phelan live in Germany. Well done, man. Way to go. Have fun with that. Post pics. Yeah, Oscar bringing back shades of the great Muta. I love Muta. I grew up watching Muta. Good stuff. Yeah, I love that. Love the Mist. So, yeah, good stuff. So much to talk about. I'm reading all these comments. I'm trying to absorb everything. Queen Corbin. That's a good one, actually. Yep. Love to see Abyss in the feud. Recently watched Dark Side of the Ring on Fabulous Mulan. Boy, it was an eye-opening look at her live. Robbie, yeah, and guess what, man? You're right. I've seen all the Dark Side of the Rings. There's two sides to every story, and there's a lot of people that say she was the devil, and some people say she wasn't. I don't know if we'll ever know the truth. I don't know what these women had to gain by lying after her death. I don't know, unless they just had a grudge to hold. I don't know. Or maybe it is all true, man. I think it's hard to say. What's up, Larry in Dayton, Ohio? Welcome to the show, my friend. Great Muta versus Sting. Oh, my God. Don't even get me started. Good stuff. I don't know, Douglas. Maybe they're going to show up and... I don't know. I was going to say something smart mouth, but I'm not going to do it. I don't know. I love Great Kabuki. I love both of them, Shane. Because they advertised Muta as the Great Kabuki's son at the time. Remember that? That's good stuff. No, Sandy. The Fiend better not be rated 99 WWE 2K20. He better be rated 1,000. Okay? He better have won every match before the match actually happens. He better be the most undefeatable boss in the history of video games ever. Period. Don't get me started on that again. The fact is, Vince's laughing at ratings really don't matter too much to him. But one thing that Hell in a Cell did was get people talking about WWE, and people talking about WWE is better than people not talking about WWE. Steven, you said WWE a whole bunch. Okay, so Steven, I will agree with you to some extent and disagree with you on another. So here's the thing that I think. Ratings do matter, despite what anyone thinks or says, and I'm sure they matter to Vince. To what extent, however, I don't know. I can't answer that. Donnie, yes. Spoiler alert, they did. Rock and Roll Express are the new NWA World Tag Team Champions. Not spoil it. Spoiler alert! Cover your ears, earmuffs. Too late. Sorry. Yeah, they did. But it's all good. Christopher says Britt Baker's submission was sweet. Yeah, she had... It looked like the Rings of Saturn. Was it the Rings of Saturn that she had on her? And at the last second, she threw in like the mandible claw, which is actually a move. It's not just Mankind / Bray Wyatt. So if you do know the story about the mandible claw, so the history behind the story of the mandible claw was the story of I know it's weird. It's from Foley's book. It's on my bookshelf. The story of the mandible claw. Remember the guy that was the fugitive? There was an old TV show called The Fugitive that made into a movie with Harrison Ford, and now I can't remember the guy's name. The guy was a dentist before he was accused of killing his wife. Okay, and in later years, after the trial had ended and everything, and all the legal stuff was cleared up with him, he became a pro wrestler. This is no joke. And he started using a move called the mandible claw. And he based it off of reality that there are two nerves underneath the tongue that when given enough force can actually make someone pass out. True story. And that's where the mandible claw came from. Foley got that story and ran with it and used it as Mankind. There you go. So Britt Baker's a dentist. It only makes perfect sense that she would use it in the ring. Sam Shepard, thank you, Alicia. Alicia's the man. No pun intended. No Becky Lynch. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for that. Richard Kimball, that's it. Not Sam Shepard. Richard Kimball. Good try anyway. Thank you, Richard Kimball. You're totally right. Dr. Kimball. What happened to Banks? Is she out or okay? I don't know, Jason. If there's anything wrong with Sasha, I don't know. I'm not up on the injury update from Hell in a Cell. I'm not too sure. Sorry, I didn't have anything for you on that. Did you see the Kane Untold on WWE Network? No, I haven't watched it yet. I saw the clip of him talking about meeting the mom whose kid had passed away of cancer, and that Kane was the last thing that the kid got to do was meet Kane. He was choked up. That was hard to watch. So, yeah, I need to check it out. There's some stuff on WWE Network I need to check out for sure. Okay, so we said a little bit about Hell in a Cell. We can always go back to it. How much of you good people watch the NWA Power? Again, every Tuesday, 6:05 on NWA's YouTube channel. It's excellent. It was so well done. It's a studio show. Studio wrestling is back, baby. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's what I grew up watching Saturdays on Superstation, and it's my jam. I love it. It's a little bit different than it was before. It's in a studio across the way from the original studio they filmed in the 80s. It's awesome. I love it. It's a more intimate setting. Nick Aldis cut the promo of his life. I've got it on my page. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Not now, after the show. It's awesome. Nick Aldis is great on that promo, dude. Bringing out shades of Flair. You can hear Flair in his scream, and like his voice gets higher, and you can hear Flair talking. It's really good stuff. I did too. I loved it. Very good. Please, everyone out there, please give the NWA a chance. If you've never watched it before, you don't know much about the company, about Billy Corgan's company, about the brand itself, please go watch. And trust me, I don't get a dime for this. I'm a writer and a fan as well as you guys. So please, just go give them a shot. I think you'll be thoroughly enjoyed by it. And trust me, if there was any garbage, I'd tell you, because I'll shoot straight with you guys, right? Wrestling's subjective. You guys know I believe that. I've always believed it my entire time as a fan. I believe it even more so now. What I love, you may hate. You may watch and go, Tom, it's not for me. All good with me. No worries. But just go give it a chance is all I'm asking. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. He did dress the part. Shane, he always does. Talking about Nick Aldis. What do you think about Billy Corgan? Nate, I'm for it. Corgan's taking his time with this sucker. He said before in an interview that in his opinion, he didn't think that AEW's business model was sustainable. They're throwing too much money at it in too short of a period of time, and they're trying to grow the business too quickly. Listen, Corgan's entitled to his opinion, just like Tony Khan's entitled to run that company as he sees fit. I hope that he's wrong and AEW is highly successful, not because I wish any ill will on WWE. I don't. I want every pro wrestling company to get a slice of the pie, and I think the pie is big enough for everybody to get some. That's just me talking. NWA, YouTube. Go to NWA's YouTube channel, National Wrestling Alliance. Chris, listen, Chris. I love Ring of Honor. I'm keeping up with Ring of Honor. I'm a member of the Honor Club, okay? Are you? I'm just playing. Now, I'm a member of the Honor Club. I watch all the pay-per-views. I watch the TV events on the replay on the network that they have, streaming service. I love it. Here's what I don't love, the crowd. Ring of Honor's got some of the worst crowds I've ever heard. Either that or they don't mic the crowd like they should, because it's god-awful. You'll see some of the best matches you've seen in a while, and that crowd's just sitting there. Now, and here's the thing. whether or not the crowd is mic'd properly depends on it all translates to how you're taking it when you watch it after the fact on a replay. But I see the fans, and I'm watching this match going, oh my God, and you just see people sitting down with their arms folded. It's frustrating. I don't know how anybody can do that. I've been to see Ring of Honor live, and it's a good show. It's a really good show. Yeah, I was really surprised by that. So yeah, that's what sucks. Yeah, I watch it as well, but yeah, I don't know. So, Steven says, Phil, some having a legend on SmackDown premiere didn't do anything, but being ringside was a waste. Yeah, I agree with you on that for sure. No, I don't think Cena's coming back full time. I think he's done. He should be done. He wanted to get out, so he got out, and that was good for him. RH is awesome. I agree with you. I enjoy it, but that crowd's god-awful. If you're in that crowd watching it live and you're on the TV shows, you should be ashamed of yourself because you're watching some great wrestling for sure. CM Punk done his deal with Fox and WWE, heard he was ready to come back. That's the rumor, is that he's signed to be on this FS1 show. I don't know, man. I was the guy that said Punk would never come back because of what happened. You know, the guy got fired on his wedding day via FedEx, and I thought that would be the end of the road for him. He'd never come back. He said he didn't want to come back. Just if he does a show doesn't mean he's going to be wrestling again. Who knows what could happen, man. This is one thing that I wanted to be right about more than anything else, because I love Punk. I got a lot of respect for him, but I don't know how I'm feeling about all this. But guess what I just said about Edge earlier when I was screaming at you? Same deal now. It's Punk's life. It's his. If he wants to do it, go with God. I'm not going to hate him for it. It's his decision, not mine. Do what's best for you and your wife. It's all good. It's fine with me. Either come back or don't come back. All due respect. Do whatever makes you happy, man. Whatever gets you through the night, as John Lennon would say. It's all right. It's all right with me. So yeah, I wish the best to him for sure. Means Japan and US not advertising matches in advance. That's a good question, Lance, because usually they do a card. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Douglas. That'll be Backlash. Douglas won't tell everybody it's on Tuesday on FS1. There you go, Douglas. I hyped it for you. Lance, I don't know, man, because usually that New Japan will write a card and they'll stick to that card no matter what happens. That's the card you're going to get. You know what I mean? They've got it set in stone. They got shows playing like maybe up to a year in advance. They're going to go with what they have. It's interesting they didn't advertise it. I don't know. I like the SmackDown stage. It's just one change among many. I don't know if I have a favorite. I do like the Big Fist. Ulysses, a match you want to see at the next WrestleMania. I don't know. I could throw anything out there. Leave it to WWE. They could do anything they want. I don't know. We'll see. I wish I had an answer for you. I don't really have one. Paul, I have not watched. I'm going to watch NXT as soon as I get off the show here today. It's on my DVR. Actually, yesterday, I got Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 for the Xbox One at Target for $5.98. Shut up. Not even lying. It's on clearance. Oh my God, I haven't played a Lego game in a long time. It's freaking awesome. I love it. I'm just saying. Ciampa wants Goldie back. Of course he does. Yeah. Steve, welcome back to the show, man. Thanks everybody for watching today. So, anybody else want to talk anymore about NWA Power? Anything that happened that you like? James Storm getting into an altercation with Josephus. Josephus, I'm still not really sure what my take is on this guy. I think him being out there with nothing to speak of, just a pair of black trunks, is really weird. I guess he's going for the old school vibe, which is fine, but I would expect a little bit more hubbub, a little bit more flair, no pun intended, for this guy's gimmick, and I didn't really get much. I don't know what the reason is for that, to be honest, but I like the guy. We'll see how it all plays out, but I enjoyed the NWA Power. I have every intention of following it every Tuesday. I think it's going to be good. Shane said, I don't like the cameras on Fox. Look, they go from live to tape. No, I get what you're saying. It's like the effect of the visual. I see what you mean. Yeah, for sure. Randy Orton wants match with The Rock at WrestleMania. Well, we'll see if he gets it or not. Who knows? Guess what next? Call-ups. I don't know, man. Here's the thing. I don't know, Steven. And these days, I don't know if it matters. See, here's the deal. We were all getting bent out of shape. How about this? How about people getting drafted to NXT? How about that? Drafted to NXT. Is that going to happen? You know what I mean? Why not? Right? I don't know have they announced that part yet, by the way? But we'll see. But I don't know how I feel about that. Basically, I think you're better off on NXT because they still haven't proven they can do anything with you on the main rosters. Isn't it something how they get one show so incredibly right and the other two so incredibly wrong when it comes to talent? It's insane, man. EC3 to NXT. How about EC3 to AEW? If you're EC3, I don't know. There again, all depends on your frame of reference, on your point of view. If he's happy, he's got a steady paycheck, and it's a good fit for him and his family, hey man, go with God. It's all good with me. But from my point of view, way over here and got nothing to do with the guy, it looks like a raw deal. But there again, what do I know? That's just me talking right now. I do enjoy the guy. I like him. What else we got going on? We'll open it up, folks, to whatever you guys want to talk about now. If there's any of the three topics we just covered, please hit me with it. I'm all ears. Half of NXT rosters, Ring of Honor wrestlers. Well, Shane, yeah, I can't argue with that. But you know, it's like when you become the top dog in a fairly small company. What are you supposed to do then? Do you stay for the next 20 years until you retire, or do you go test yourself in another environment? Do you go see what the world's like outside of the company that helped make you a star? You see what I'm saying? So it's not about jumping ship necessarily. It's about, listen, I have an opportunity in this company. You know, they're the biggest one in town. A lot of money there. I want to try my hand and see how it feels. I say, do your thing, man. You know what I mean? I don't hate on anybody for that. I think when they get there, they're either going to love it or they're going to be like, what have I done? Right? Because WWE, they do whatever they want to do over there, baby. But no, I totally get that. Is Elias AEW? I saw that picture with him with Jericho. I didn't have any idea they even released Elias. Is that even really a thing? Alicia says, I think it's a good move for Finn to go back to NXT because they weren't doing anything with him. Lord, preach that. Preach that, Alicia, all day long. Weren't doing a thing with him for sure. Yeah, he was just kind of sitting there. Finn's so good. Finn is so good. He's so good. And he gets nothing. It's real. It's crazy. It's crazy. There again, it's perspective, baby. If he's okay and he's happy, why lose sleep over it? Not my business, lose sleep over it. Not my place to. Right? He doesn't have to worry about making me happy. Right? But from a distance, it looks like, man, what a raw deal that guy's getting. Oh, cool. I'll check his Twitter then. I'll go check that out. But he won't be Elias. Steve says, I'm a little WWE fan. Wednesday nights cannot watch AEW because Steve's a little WWE fan. Well, go with God, my friend. Keep up with the Wednesday night stuff. It's good, man. I don't know if Sting is healthy to come back or not. I don't know. Vince thinks Finn's too small. Well, then that's the case, Jim. He thinks a lot of people are too small. 2019, those days have got to be over. I mean, I think you have to be realistic in your presentation. But I think Vince, along with a lot of other people who are closed-minded about some things, need to wake up and realize what wrestling has become. I don't like everything wrestling has become, if I'm being honest. I'm more of the old-school guy, and you guys know that too, right? But it gets on my nerves sometimes what it's become, and I hate a lot of it. But I also have to be, I'm a realist. I have to be realistic about what the state of the business is in 2019. So, do you think we'll see Hogan versus? I hope not, Craig. I want nothing to do with that. Dream card for Crown Jewel. Nothing, Steven. I don't like Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel's garbage. They got no business doing business in the nation of Saudi Arabia. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't. That government is corrupt as they come. Jamal Khashoggi was assassinated. The government ordered it. FBI came out and said it. They backed it up. WWE has no business doing business with that government. You see all those rich dudes in the crowd, their turbans on, they're richer, got more money than God. Corrupt. Nonsense. Okay? I got nothing to say about any of that crap. They want to go to Saudi Arabia. Do you, WWE. You do whatever makes you happy and I guess puts money in your pocket and in McMahon's pocket. I got no respect for that company after that. None. Sorry, I call it like I see it. That's a cash grab. You talk about veterans coming back for a money grab. That's a cash grab right there is WWE. Cash grab. Okay? I have nothing but terrible things to say about that situation. They got no business going over there. How many countries would love to have WWE run an event in their country? Can't because they're spending so much time with the sheik, okay, in Saudi Arabia. Unbelievable. I'm going to start ranting again. Yes, Jeff, like crazy we discussed it. Go back and listen to Tom screaming like an insane maniac. What do I think of Dunn versus Priest? Oh, Miss Lopez, I got to watch the show. I saw Pete Dunne versus Damian Priest live, the NXT house show we went to in Concord. By the way, I'm going to another wrestling show this Saturday night. Me and the boy are going to see Evolve. I get to see Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Yay! Never seen them live, so that's going to be fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to that, so that's going to be cool. Going this Saturday. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, you're right, Chris, but they don't allow women to wrestle there. Among the many other things that they're guilty of as a country, yeah. And listen, I don't care about... Listen, Tom, it takes time. No, it doesn't. It's 2019. Get over yourselves. All the stuff about women should be kept here and men are kept here. Do you know what men have done to this planet? Do you know what men have done as leaders of this planet? You have any idea? Did you just get here from wherever you came from? Come on. Talking about women down here, men up here. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. If you're in that, if you believe that kind of stuff in a country where, you know, you shame women, you walk behind me, you cover your face. What? And listen, don't even talk to me at all about, listen, Tom, these are different customs, Tom. You're talking as a white, fat, privileged American, Tom. You don't know what you're talking about. First of all, not fun. It's not cool to call somebody fat. That's mean. Second of all, yeah, I get it. I'm a privileged white dude in America. I totally get that. I'm not going to argue with any of that thing that you just said, or that the phony person that just said that I made up. What I will argue with is this. Don't tell me about custom and whatnot. The minute you put yourself above someone else, if you put yourself above a woman, guess who else you're going to put yourself above? A minority. Guess who else you put yourself above? Someone of a different sexual persuasion. Where does it end? It never ends, okay? You don't put yourself above anybody. Anybody wants to come with me with that garbage is welcome to come on. I'll debate them any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Absolute garbage. Talking about women are here and men are here. Get over yourselves. Unreal. Nonsense. This is custom, Tom. Shut up. Shut up. If you're not outraged by that, it doesn't make... Well, he's just an American. He doesn't understand. I'm a person and I don't understand. I'm a human being. Don't tell me that someone's below me or beneath me. You know who's beneath me? Morons that believe that garbage. That's who's beneath me. My God, I'm going nuts today. Ulysses, I don't think that makes you racist at all. You didn't say anything racist in my opinion. And here's the deal, Ulysses. I never said that the people of Saudi Arabia are bad people. I never said that. Okay? They may have these customs and think it's fine, and they're not trying to hurt anybody. They're just trying to live their life and pay their bills like we are. For real, they love their kids as much as you love your kids. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. I'm talking about the government that runs the joint, okay? They ought to be ashamed of themselves, right? You have the power to make a change. And you don't want to make a change because, well, this is our custom. What? It's a bad custom. Sorry. That's just how I feel. Thanks, Craig. Thanks, man. Yeah, sorry, everybody. I just ranted like crazy. This is Tom's rant day. It's been a week since I've been here. I get fired up, Jack. I can't help it. I'm passionate about this stuff, man. I loves me some pro wrestling. You guys know that by now, right? No, I don't do coke anymore, Brad. I give up the habit. It's terrible on the nose. That's a joke. I don't do sodas, man. I haven't done sodas in years. I just do water all the time. If I have to have a Coke or like something that's gonna be diet, it'll be if I have to. If I don't have bottled water or something, I'll do it then. But even then, I don't. Even diet soda tastes weird to me now. All I drink is coffee and water. Michael, my God, thank you, my friend. Jeez, thank you for that. Best podcast going today. I listen to some good podcasts, man. I just do the best I can. That's all. I didn't jump over Rose before the match. He came out with Lucha Brother. Yeah, Leo, that was Jack Evans. That's part of his gimmick. Jack Evans in a helicopter because he did it in Lucha Underground too. And even if it was an accident, it's fine because that's his character. He's like an arrogant little jerk. That's kind of his deal. No. He's done that before. Yeah. Who will end Okada's? Jeff, bringing us some New Japan along with Lance, wherever you are. Who will end Okada's? And I think Ibushi might do it. I think Ibushi's been groomed for years to be the top guy in that company, and I think he'll do it. And I love Okada. Best in the world, baby. Will Kofi get a rematch against Brock? I don't think so, Bit. I don't think it should happen. I think he's done. I think that's it. I don't think you're going to see Kofi with the world title again anytime soon. Hope I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. Just me talking. He had it for 6 months. Almost. A few days shy of 6 months, so... What do you think of Teddy Hart, David Will Smith Jr. and Brian? Oh, we're talking about the new Hart Foundation. I watch MLW, man. I enjoy the show. I like it a lot. I watch it. I'm up to date on it, pretty sure. And plus, Court Bauer that runs MLW, he's making some moves, man. They've got an agreement with Crash, that's the promotion in Mexico. They got an agreement with somebody else. Someone remind me who they got an agreement with. Dragon's Gate? Dragon Gate? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I think we froze just now. Man, that hasn't happened in a while. All right, folks, it's been an hour. We've had fun today. I've ranted like a madman. Hope everybody out there has had a great day. We'll try to knock out a few more here before we go. How do you think WWE handle the draft? I don't know. We'll see what happens. New Day breakup next. Maybe the time's come for that as well. Women's Strong be champ. Jeff, never's the answer. Lashley and Lana is garbage. Boy, you said a mouthful there. Instead of having a celeb, expand the knowledge of professional wrestling. What match you recommend to any? Expand the knowledge. Okay, so talking about from AEW. Is that what you meant by that? What match from AEW? I say go watch Cody versus Dustin. Great match. Thank you, man. Thank you, everybody out there, for listening to the show, for watching on Wrestling Rumors. Thank you out there for everybody. Remember, we will not be here tomorrow, okay? We did this a day early. We'll be back next Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Wrestling Rumors. Yes, next Friday. All goes well, and there'll be no complications, no issues on this side. Next Friday, thanks to everybody for watching today. There again, if you've only watched today for the first time, first of all, freaking thank you. Second, let's be friends on the Facebook, yo. I do appreciate your business. We appreciate you guys hanging out. Means a lot to me that you cats still come around. Means loads to me. So thank you very much. And we will see you next time. We're going to get out of here. I got some stuff to do today. Hope everybody has a great day. Have a great weekend. Watch some wrestling this weekend, baby. I always do. That's all I got for you, man. We will see you next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.